Hi there. This is an important video with an important message. If you are considering purchasing a dowel system, whether Dowelmax or Trinity, please review the following. It could save you a great deal of frustration and possibly money. In the last week or so, a video was aired which drew comparisons between the Dowelmax and the Trinity dowel devices. It was compiled by Andrew Klein. It is usually unwise to respond to negative views, however this video contained fabrications and distortions and was so flawed I felt I had no option but to respond. Dowelmax was designed to accommodate all wood joint requirements, whether related to length, width, thickness or angle. 5 guides were introduced into the design to ensure all dowel positions were equidistant in any setup. In my opinion, precision-made hardened guides are essential for accuracy. With one drill bit and a 5 guide system, options are limitless. One of Mr. Klein's first complaints involved the workpiece clamp screws. These components are essential and included in the design of the Dowelmax system to firmly clamp and hold the workpiece while drilling, and are essential for rigidity, alignment and accuracy. This is the clamp arrangement, and these are the clamp screws here. In most of my furniture designs, joints in the size of 1 inch by 2 inch feature a great deal, and in all probability form 20 to 30% of the structure in most cases. Drilling into the end of any workpiece without an integral clamp system would be difficult. Drilling into the end of a 1x2 would be very unsteady and likely lead to movement and misalignment. Now this is a 1x2 exactly. Well, it's 7/8 by 1.5. So what we've done here is we've centered right in the center the 7/8 width, and then this area here exactly in the center. Now how you would do that with a multi drill system is beyond me. Also, we have to align it to this edge here when dealing with a 1x2. So as you can see, it's very unstable and it could not be held. You would need some sort of external clamp arrangement, which again I don't like. So the way we do this is we clamp it firmly using these clamp screws, or one of them anyway in this case, and then we can drill. Now this is not going anywhere. And the other thing is to consider is that when you first put the drill in, the torque of the drill tends to place a lateral load on the Dowelmax, tending to move it this way or that way depending on which cutting end contacts first. The next complaint related to the indexing pin. The design of this component is again critical for alignment and accuracy. The pin is tapered and fits snugly into the drill bore, leaving no room for movement or error. In comparison, a pencil mark used as in the Trinity does not provide the same degree of accuracy. Here again, Mr. Klein is wrong. He implies that the pin is required for long multiple dowel joints. It is not. It was designed to index over larger joint widths of bores such as 1 inch by 6 inch, 1 inch by 8 inch, and 1 inch by 10 inch, etc., etc. In fact, a distance gauge is provided in the kit for the long joints. Trinity relies on pencil marks for alignment, which can be inaccurate. Now this is a 1/6 as I've described, and as you can see, the holes are perfectly aligned in there. There's 6 bores and they're all dead center. In fact, we've used to center on the width, we've used a 1/16 of an inch spacer, and I'll show you how. I'll explain a bit more about that later. But that places right in the center within thousandths of an inch, and you can see the equidistant spacing here. Again, I don't see how you could do that with a multi-drill setup. Now, to show you how this pin works, we have check marks here, or numbers as I've used, and we align this up here like that. We move it up to the edge here, get it flush, it's all required, and then tighten again the clamp screws, essential. Now in this case we're going to drill 1 and 2, leave this one and drill 4 and 5. We could drill them all, but it's too strong, it's overkill. So 1, 2, 4 and 5. We loosen it off, we slide this down until the last 4, or any one you prefer. Close this up again, miss this one and drill 3 and 4. And that's what this is all about. Now, how you could do that with pencil marks and a multi-drill system is beyond me. The next complaint involved centering and was another example of lack of product knowledge. Mr. Klein's attempts to ridicule were carefully filmed, showing him intentionally fumbling with a spacer with dowel marks in the wrong position, then adjusting that setting with a piece of paper. The scene with Mr. Klein fumbling with the spacer was almost embarrassing, and the subsequent adjustment with a paper shim was ridiculous. The actual process of centering is much more sophisticated but simple. To center on any size of workpiece, a simple formula is used. The formula is the same for stock of any size, and I'll give you an example. For stock measuring 1.5 inches, which we have here, simply half the stock thickness, half of 1.5 is 3/4, subtract 3/8, which leaves 3/8, and that is the spacer you need. Required to center exactly on 1.5 inch stock within thousandths of an inch. Now, various spacers are included with the dowel mark system to meet all the usual centering requirements, and one of these is 3/8. Now, this is the 1x2, and I've marked the reference marks on it, and it's been drilled. Now, I'll show you the way Mr. Klein demonstrated this. This is the, by the way, this is the 16 spacer used for the 7/8 wood. We removed that. Perfectly simple. Now I'll show you just how easy. You just take this and you drop it in there, close it up, and close the knobs. That's all there is to it. Now we go to the marks. We have marks on here and at the end here, and we slip that on. Bring it up to the end to get it flush. There's various ways you can align it. Now what we're going to do here is drill 1, 2, 4 and 5, which is perfectly adequate. And as I say, when you drill that, that's not going anywhere. It's absolutely solid. And even if you use an external clamp, it still tends to move, and it can be very inaccurate. Believe me, this is almost embarrassing, but the saga continues. The next item of ridicule involved what Mr. Klein referred to as a flip stop for the initial workpiece setup. This design was included in the original dowel marks prototype. It was not found to be accurate and was later omitted. The most accurate and successful method was to use the index pin in the first guide bore, then to butt the pin against the workpiece and clamp and then drill. Now, this is the original prototype. It's very bulky and it wasn't quite suitable, but it cost a lot of money to manufacture. But this is the end stop that the flip stop that Mr. Klein is talking about, and you have one on each side. As I say, for some reason this is very accurate, very accurately machined, but it wasn't accurate in the process. Now, what the best way to do this, there's several ways you can align it up, but here we have a one before, and we'll use the dowel marks in its normal form to do this. Now, I'll show you the changing the spacers again. This is removing the 3/8 spacer, and we're installing, this is 7/8 thick, so remember the formula, 7/8 halved is 7/16, minus 3/8 is a 16th, so we need a 16th spacer. Drop it in, close it up, and then, as I say, pretty embarrassing. So what we do with this is we insert the index pin in the first guide, slide it along, and then we tighten up. And we do the same with the opposite piece of the workpiece. Now, you can't always do this, but this is what I can. This is the way I do it. Because this is radio, it's always going to be in the same position. It's very accurate, and I like it. But no matter if this is out slightly, these will never be out. Never. So you'd never have to worry about that. The only place it would be out is on this end here. So that's the story about that. But wait, there's more. The next assertion was that Dalmax is unable to complete angled joints, in particular a miter joint, 45 degrees obviously, completely untrue. Our system can be adapted to complete 22.5 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees and 60 degree joints. Furthermore, 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8 and 1/2 inch drills can be used in all these applications. Once again, ridiculous. This is the miter setup. What you do, this is what we call a 45 degree accessory. You just remove the reference bracket, install this, use the same screws or knobs, and install a 3/4 inch spacer in this end, the clamp adapter, and what you have is a perfectly set up with absolutely rigid, won't move at all. And you can drill it. I usually drill into as close to the inside as possible to get a deeper penetration and a stronger joint. And there's 5 dowels in that joint. Perfect joint. Now this one here, this is one I did for a demonstration. This is the 60 degree setup here. Once again, we've used the Dalmax Junior reference plate, and this is a setup once again with the clamp adapter, and as you can see, it's perfectly aligned. And in this case, we're using because it's a 2x6 approximately. We're using the 1/2 inch system, which is way overkill, but anyway, we can do that. I've also got the setup for the 30 degree, and we can do the 22.5 just in the same manner. In an attempt to justify the 3-drill system, Mr. Klein often demonstrates drilling multiple dowels positioned over a long workpiece, 40 or so in this particular video. At the same time, he belabours the time taken for Dalmax to complete the same task. Now, apart from his immediate project, which we can understand, this excessive dowel application is completely unnecessary. Dowel joints are extremely strong and durable. As an example, for a 36-inch long board, I'd recommend using the distance gauge and spacing 6 dowels over that length. Now, it takes approximately 4 to 5 seconds to drill one bore, so the whole process is fast and efficient, not laborious as Mr. Klein implies. Now, this is only 20 odd inches long, but it's a table I'm doing at the moment, and it will give you an idea. This is the distance gauge, which is set up, and we have spacers in here, and we set this up. We align it to the end here. We've got the check marks installed here and here. When we set the Dalmax up, bring it up to the edge here, and clamp the screws. Then, in this particular case, what I've done is I've drilled 1, 2, and 3. through 1, 2 and 3 guides. Now what we do then is we this off. This looks like this. We set this in. This has already been preset. We set this in. Make sure it's absolutely level and centered. Bring this back. Now we tighten these again, and we drill 1 and 2. Then we carry on. We do exactly the same thing with this drilling 3. Now this takes no time at all. As I say, 3 or 4 seconds each drill hole, and it's very fast and it's extremely accurate. You can't get any more accurate than that. And using a pencil doesn't even come into the same league. Now, the reason, one of the reasons I mentioned not doing so many dowels, that most beginners use far too many dowels, not realising the actual strength of the dowel system. It's the strongest one there is, stronger than the domino, stronger than mortise. This is fact. I'm not just picking that up. Now, to give you an example of just how strong it is, this is a joint I did 20 years ago, and it was, I think there's 6 dowels in the 3/8-inch dowels. This is 1 3/4, and we tested it on my test stand, which bears up against this and pulls it out. And this joint failed at an amazing 2,000 pounds of load. That's equivalent of a metric ton on one joint. So for Mr. Klein to suggest you put 40 or 50 dowels along the length of it is just, again, ridiculous. So that's that. The conclusion. The good news, and the only item we agree on, is that Trinity is a very attractive jig, and from the video appears to be very well machined. The only problem is that's where the good news ends. While I see a marginal improvement in the performance on angle joints, and that's something that's rarely done, I see no advantage whatsoever in the multi-drill design. Thank you. My name is Jim Lindsay. I'm the designer of Dowel Max system, and I thank you for watching.